I noticed a problem with the Quest Pro controllers that might affect people who snipe in games. It's probably not apparent for people that don't play first-person shooters in VR, but for me personally who like sniping, I discovered it straight away. This hopefully will be fixed in later updates with firmware, but I'm just going to try and highlight the problems compared to the Quest 2 controller tracking. For this demo, I bench rested a Kobra CQB gunstock with a bipod on the front, which fits both the Quest Pro and the Quest 2 controllers. And as I aimed down the sights, set it up, and then left it completely alone, and I just tapped it every now and again. What you'll notice with the Quest Pro controllers is that they go into a rest state when they're not moving, and you'll see that with the reticle all stand still completely. When I tapped it, you'll see them wake up and then go into their natural jitter state. Now that jitter state is the normal state when you're carrying it, because obviously it detects micro movements when you're actually holding it, so it's very jittery downrange. When you compare this to the Quest 2 controllers, you'll see quite a natural pattern there. They've got like a little bit of jitter when they're just tracking normally, but they never switch off. And then when you tap that, when I tap the side of it, you can see them just sort of naturally jitter a little bit with each tap, and then just carry on tracking. It's a much more predictable pattern to shoot with. Gun and scope smoothing was switched off for this demo. So with the Quest Pro controllers, you can see when I'm aiming down range, they kind of go to sleep at a certain point, depending on where they are in their little jitter pattern, and then they wake up again when you move it. So it's quite hard to actually try and get a bead on a target, and I'm imagining with a moving target it would be even harder. It looks quite handy when it locks steady in one spot, but that's not really what you want, and it's very unnatural when you're actually looking down the sights. You want to be able to feel a natural movement with the scope. When you're not using the bipod, you can see the actual reticle is dancing around all over the place. It's very hard to predict where the shots are going to land. It's completely out of your control, and you're just down to the luck of the draw where the actual tracking goes. With the Quest 2 controllers, sniping is very much what you'd expect. The reticle stays pretty much where you're aiming, and apart from some slight jitter, the controllers aren't perfect. But you would expect some sort of slight jitter, but it's very minimal compared to the Quest Pro, where it could be several feet off target. The Quest 2 seems to be just a few inches. When you're freehanding the rifle without the bipod, you still get some movement with your arms, but it's more predictable where you're swaying. You can predict the shots. With the Quest Pro, it was just all over the place. The Quest Pro is very expensive, I think, for what you get. Personally, I'd probably wait for the Quest 3. Hopefully the tracking will be sorted then with future updates for the firmware. At the moment, my concern is with the Quest Pro, because it's not really aimed at gaming. I think it's probably about as accurate as they need, so they might not focus that much on the tracking. But with the Quest 3, I think it's going to be harder for them to ignore things like this, so they will have to address it down the line. That could be many months away though.